We see poverty all around us, but its deepest roots are often invisible. They are not in our bank accounts, but in our minds. The cycle of staying poor is not just about a lack of money. It is about a lack of awareness. This journey is about uncovering the hidden truths that keep people trapped. It is about illuminating a path, guided by timeless wisdom, that leads not just away from poverty, but toward true, lasting abundance. We run after it like it is a prize to be caught. We believe that if we just work harder, run faster, and sacrifice more, we will finally grab it. This chase is exhausting. It fills our days with stress, anxiety, and a feeling of desperation. It is a race with no finish line, because the very act of chasing reinforces the belief that it is separate from us and always just out of reach. There is a wiser, more peaceful way. Ancient teachings guide us to stop chasing and start attracting. This happens when we shift our focus from getting money to creating value. Think of it like this. Chasing money is like trying to catch a butterfly with a net. You run around frantically, and the butterfly flutters away. Creating value is like planting a beautiful garden. You do not chase anything. You simply cultivate the flowers. You tend to the soil with care and patience. Soon, the garden is so vibrant and full of life that the butterflies come to you. You did not chase them. You created an environment that they were naturally drawn to. This is the secret. Money is an energy. It is a symbol of value exchanged between people. When you dedicate yourself to creating genuine value by developing a skill, solving a problem, or offering a service that truly helps others, you become like that garden. You become a source of positive energy. People are naturally attracted to what you offer. Money then flows to you as a natural consequence of the value you have put out into the world. It is no longer something you desperately pursue. It becomes a byproduct of your meaningful contribution. This path is not only more effective, but it is also filled with joy and purpose. You find fulfillment in the work itself, in the act of tending to your garden, not in the frantic chase. Lesson 1. They operate from a mindset of lack and fear. The most profound poverty is not an empty wallet. It is an empty mind filled with fear. This is the mindset of lack. It is a constant, nagging feeling that there is not enough money, not enough opportunity, not enough time. This belief becomes a lens through which the entire world is viewed. When you look through a lens of lack, you see scarcity everywhere. You see competition instead of collaboration. You see closed doors instead of open windows. This fear-based operating system dictates every decision. It tells you to play small. It whispers that you should not take risks. It convinces you that holding on tightly to what little you have is the only way to survive. Imagine a person with a clenched fist. They are holding on to a single coin, so afraid of losing it that they cannot open their hand to receive anything else. This is the energy of lack. It is tense, contracted, and closed off. This mindset creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because you expect to lose, you make defensive choices. Because you believe opportunities are scarce, you fail to see the ones right in front of you. The first step toward abundance is not to earn more money, but to change this inner landscape. It begins with awareness. Start to notice the voice of fear in your head. Observe it without judgment. See it as a cloud passing in the sky of your mind. It is not you. It is just a thought pattern. You can then consciously choose a different thought. Instead of, "I don't have enough," you can practice thinking, "I have enough for this moment." This small shift begins to open the fist. It softens the fear. It allows you to breathe. Abundance is not a quantity. It is a state of being. It is the feeling of an open hand, ready to both give and receive. This inner shift is the true foundation of wealth. Lesson 2. They chase money instead of creating value that attracts it. Many of us spend our lives chasing money. Lesson 3. They focus on what they can get not what they can give. The mind trapped in poverty is constantly asking one question: what is in it for me? It approaches every situation, every job, and every relationship from a perspective of extraction. It seeks to take, to acquire, to accumulate. This getting mindset seems logical, but it is a spiritual trap. It is like a black hole, endlessly pulling things in but never feeling full. The more it gets, the more it wants. This constant craving is a deep source of suffering. It creates a feeling of emptiness that no amount of money or possessions can ever fill. The path to true abundance requires a radical reversal of this question. Instead of asking what you can get, you begin to ask, what can I give? This is not about becoming a martyr or neglecting your own needs. It is about changing your fundamental orientation to the world. It is a shift from a taker to a contributor. When you focus on giving, your entire energy changes. You start looking for opportunities to be helpful. You share your knowledge freely. You offer a kind word. You do your work with an intention to serve, not just to earn. This spirit of generosity is magnetic. It opens doors that the getting mindset could never see. People feel the sincerity in your intention. They are more willing to trust you, collaborate with you, and support you. The universe itself seems to operate on this principle of flow. When you hoard energy, it becomes stagnant. When you allow it to flow through you in the form of giving, you become a channel for even more to come in. This is the law of circulation. The more you give of your time, your talent, and your positive energy, the more you will receive in return. The emptiness is filled not with things, but with a deep sense of purpose and connection. You discover the profound truth that what you give to the world, you are also giving to yourself. Lesson 4. They seek short-term pleasures over long-term growth. Our minds are often like restless children. They want what they want, and they want it now. This is the pull of instant gratification. A mind stuck in a cycle of poverty is often dominated by this impulse. It chooses the immediate pleasure of an impulse purchase over the long-term security of saving. It chooses the comfort of watching television over the challenging effort of learning a new skill. It chooses the temporary relief of a complaint over the empowering work of finding a solution. This constant seeking of short-term pleasure keeps a person on a treadmill. Each fleeting high is quickly followed by a low, which creates a craving for the next quick fix. This is a life lived on the surface, reacting to every desire without wisdom or foresight. The path of wisdom teaches the power of patience and discipline. It encourages us to trade short-term comfort for long-term strength. This is not about denying yourself all joy. It is about making conscious choices. It is about understanding that true, lasting happiness is not found in a quick hit of pleasure, but is built over time through consistent, mindful effort. Think of it like planting a tree. You could eat the seed for a tiny, immediate meal. Or you could plant it, water it, and protect it. This requires patience and effort. For a long time, it seems like nothing is happening. But eventually, that seed grows into a mighty tree that provides shade and fruit for years to come. Every time you choose to save $1 instead of spending it, you are planting a seed. Every time you choose to read a book instead of scrolling on your phone, you are watering that seed. You are investing in your future self. This builds not only financial stability, but also a powerful inner quality, self-mastery. You learn that you are not a slave to your impulses. You are the wise gardener of your own life. Lesson 5. They maintain a victim mentality, blaming outside forces. One of the heaviest chains that keeps a person in poverty is the chain of blame. This is the victim mentality. It is the belief that your life is happening to you, not from you. The person with this mindset has a long list of culprits for their situation: the government, the economy, a bad boss, an unfair family, their past. By placing the blame outside of themselves, they also place the power outside of themselves. If someone else is the cause of your problems, then you must wait for them to change in order for your life to get better. This leaves you feeling helpless, resentful, and completely stuck. You become a passive character in the story of your own life. The great liberation taught by ancient wisdom is the principle of radical responsibility. This is the understanding that while you cannot always control what happens to you, you always have the power to control how you respond. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions are your own. This is where your true power lies. Taking responsibility is not about blaming yourself. It is about empowering yourself. It is the shift from saying, "Look what they did to me," to asking, "What can I do now?" This simple question changes everything. It moves you from a passive victim to an active creator. Start by taking ownership of the small things. Instead of blaming traffic for being late, acknowledge that you could have left earlier. Instead of being angry about a misunderstanding, ask how you could have communicated more clearly. Each time you do this, you reclaim a piece of your power. You stop waiting for the world to change and start changing your own world. You realize that the key to unlocking the cage is, and always has been, in your own hand. This is freedom. Lesson 6. They fail to invest in mastering a valuable skill. In a world that values quick results, the path of mastery can seem slow and difficult. A mind trapped in poverty often looks for the easy way out. It dabbles in many things, but commits to none. It seeks a shortcut or a secret formula that will bring wealth without effort. As a result, it never builds a foundation of true, undeniable value. It remains a jack of all trades and a master of none, unable to offer something that the world truly needs and is willing to pay for. The journey of mastering a skill is a profound spiritual practice. It requires dedication, focus, and patience, the very qualities that quiet the restless mind and build inner strength. Think of a master craftsperson, a brilliant surgeon, or a gifted artist. Their skill is not just a job. It is an extension of their being. The process of their work is a form of meditation. They are fully present, their mind and body working in complete harmony. This deep immersion is what builds excellence. And excellence has its own power. When you commit to mastering one valuable skill, be it writing code, caring for the elderly, repairing engines, or public speaking, you are making a deep investment in yourself. You are telling the universe that you are serious about your own growth. As you move from beginner to apprentice to expert, something remarkable happens. Your inner confidence grows. You no longer need to boast or hard sell your abilities. Your work speaks for itself. You become a source of genuine competence. People seek you out. Opportunities come to you. You are no longer chasing demand. You are the source of it. This path is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-for-life plan. The wealth it builds is not just financial. It is the deep, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you have something of real worth to offer the world. This inner wealth can never be taken from you. Lesson 7. They hoard what little they have, blocking the flow of abundance. The fear that comes with a lack mindset leads to a powerful impulse, hoarding. It is the instinct to cling tightly to every penny, every possession, and even every idea, out of a deep-seated terror that it might be lost and never replaced. This behavior feels like self-preservation, but it is actually a form of self-sabotage. A person who remains stuck in poverty is often swimming in a sea of negativity. They are surrounded by friends who complain constantly, family who doubts their dreams, and media that focuses on fear, conflict, and lack. In this environment, it is nearly impossible for a seed of hope or ambition to grow. The soil is simply too toxic. Any new idea is quickly choked by the weeds of doubt. Any spark of motivation is extinguished by the cold water of cynicism. You cannot live in a swamp and expect to stay clean. A mind that is constantly fed a diet of, "I can't, it's impossible," and "the world is against us," will eventually adopt these beliefs as its own truth. It will build a mental prison for itself, with the bars forged from the negativity of others. Breaking free requires a conscious and sometimes difficult choice. It requires you to become a guardian of your own mind. You must be as careful about what you let into your mind as you are about what you let into your home. This means curating your environment. It may mean spending less time with people who consistently drain your energy and reinforce your limitations. It means unfollowing social media accounts that make you feel inadequate or fearful. At the same time, you must actively seek out positive inputs. Find stories of people who have overcome challenges. Listen to podcasts that inspire and educate you. Read books that expand your mind. Seek out the company of people who are optimistic, supportive, and believe in growth. This is not about cutting off everyone from your past. It is about consciously choosing who gets to influence your present and future. By creating a positive, supportive environment, you create fertile soil where the seeds of your own potential can finally take root and flourish. It treats the universe as a place of scarcity where resources are finite and must be guarded jealously. Imagine a small pond with no inlet and no outlet. The water just sits there. Over time, it becomes stagnant, murky, and lifeless. This is what happens when we hoard. We block the natural flow of energy in our lives. We create a stagnant pool of fear around us. Abundance, however, operates like a flowing river. It is dynamic, fresh, and constantly moving. For the river to remain healthy, water must flow both in and out. This is the principle of circulation. Wisdom traditions teach that to receive, we must also be willing to give. To keep the flow coming into our lives, we must allow it to flow out from us. This does not mean being reckless or foolish with your resources. It means releasing the fearful, clinging grip. It means trusting that the universe is an abundant place. Practice this by starting small. Give away a book you have already read. Share a useful idea with a colleague without asking for credit. Tip a little more than you usually would. These small acts of letting go begin to break the pattern of hoarding. They send a powerful signal to your own subconscious mind that you trust in the flow. You are demonstrating a belief in abundance, not scarcity. As you release your tight grip, you create an open space. And it is into this open, trusting space that new opportunities, new resources, and new blessings can finally flow. You move from being a stagnant pond to being a vibrant, flowing river. Lesson 8. They surround themselves with negativity and limiting beliefs. We are like sponges. We absorb the energy, attitudes, and beliefs of the people and information we surround ourselves with. Lesson 9. They lack a clear purpose to guide their actions. Many people drift through life like a ship without a rudder. They are pushed and pulled by the winds of circumstance and the currents of other people's expectations. They work a job they do not like to buy things they do not need. We are taught to chase external markers of success, money, status, possessions. In this relentless pursuit, we often sacrifice the most valuable assets we will ever have, our inner wealth. We trade our sleep for more work hours. We fuel our bodies with processed food for the sake of convenience. We allow our minds to be consumed by stress and anxiety. We arrive at a destination of financial success, only to find that we are too sick, exhausted, and mentally broken to enjoy it. We have a full bank account, but an impoverished soul. This is the greatest poverty of all. The wisest teachings remind us that true prosperity is an inside-out job. The foundation of a rich life is a rich inner world. This inner wealth has three main pillars. The first is health. Your body is the precious vessel that carries you through this life. To honor it with good food, rest, and movement is a fundamental act of self-love. Without vibrant health, all the money in the world is meaningless. The second is peace. A mind that is constantly agitated by fear, worry, and anger cannot experience joy. Through practices like mindfulness and meditation, you can cultivate a state of inner calm. This peace is a superpower in a chaotic world. It allows you to think clearly, act wisely, and navigate challenges with grace. The third is wisdom. This is the understanding of how to live skillfully and compassionately. It is the continuous learning and growth that allows you to become a better, kinder, more effective human being. When you make these three pillars your priority, when you invest in your health, peace, and wisdom first, everything else falls into place. You build a foundation so strong that it can support any level of external success. You realize that you are not chasing wealth. You are embodying it. Their days are busy, but lack direction. Their efforts are scattered and inconsistent. This aimless drifting is a major reason people stay stuck. Without a clear why, it is difficult to find the motivation to endure the how. Any obstacle seems insurmountable. Any sacrifice feels too great. There is no internal compass to keep them on course when the storms of life hit. A purpose is that compass. It is the North Star that guides all your decisions. It is important to understand that purpose does not have to be some grand, world-changing mission. For most of us, purpose is found in the simple, guiding intention we bring to our daily lives. Your purpose might be to be the most present and loving parent you can be. It could be to create beauty and order in your home and garden. It could be to bring a moment of joy to every customer you serve. It could be to be a source of kindness and honesty in all your interactions. When you have a clear purpose, even the most mundane tasks take on new meaning. You are not just flipping burgers. You are providing nourishment for people. You are not just cleaning floors. You are creating a peaceful and sanitary environment for others. This sense of purpose is a powerful source of internal motivation. It gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning that goes beyond simply earning a paycheck. It helps you make better choices, aligning your short-term actions with your long-term values. Take some quiet time to ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What kind of impact do I want to have on the people I touch each day? The answer to that question is your rudder. It will give you the direction and strength to navigate your way to a more meaningful and abundant life. Lesson 10. They neglect their inner wealth, health, peace, and wisdom. The ultimate trap is the belief that wealth is something that exists only outside of us.